Hey there. So I wanted to share a story with you. Yesterday I was cleaning out my photography studio since I retired a few years ago. And I was getting rid of things, my props, and I came upon one of my old photography bags or my camera bags. And, something my grandma always said to me was, make sure you go through all the pockets before you throw anything out. You never know what you're going to find. And so I've said that to my kids a million times, it seems, and I always find a little treasure. Well, yesterday I was going through the bag. I really thought I had lost my bracelet at a wedding, and I had searched the venue, I searched my car, I searched my house, and it literally has been over 6 years. So while I was going through my bag, I had that thought come to my head. I really need to look through all the pockets one more time. And I had shook this bag upside down and nothing came out years ago. And so yesterday when I was going through this bag, I was reaching through and I got some trash out and I got some things out. And then the last pocket I reached into, and I know I had put my hand in that pocket at least a couple times. I had this thought, what if I could find my bracelet? What if my bracelet was in here? And I reached deep down in that pocket and I felt it. And there it was. And here's my Pandora bracelet. It was in there the whole time. It's been over 6 years. And I pulled it out and it's not as shiny and bright as it was before. And so I want to clean it. So I have a bowl, and so I thought I'd bring you along while I clean this. I have a bowl. This is not super hot water. It is more than warm, but it is not cold. So, and it's not boiling. And so I just wanted to show you guys the process. This is just a bowl of water. And then I've got Dawn detergent. Yes, I've got the big Mama Jama size because we go through it quite a bit in this household. So I'm just going to put a couple squirts in here of the Dawn detergent. We're in my kitchen today. Normally when I do videos, I'm in my craft room doing crafts, but this is a totally different video. So I'm just stirring it up. Like I said, it's just a couple of squirts of Dawn detergent. You see, it's just icky. Like it's tarnished because they're silver, right? And so they're just tarnished. And I want it to be bright and new again. So let me just dunk this in here. We're going to leave it for about 5 minutes. Here's the bracelet soaking. And you can already see, this has only been just a few seconds, but you can already see some gunk going off the charms. So we're just going to leave this for about 5 minutes and we'll come back. Okay, we're back and it's been 5 minutes. Actually, it's been a little longer than 5 minutes, but I thought I would share what the water looks like. It looks pretty gross, but I did also grab my other Pandora bracelet for comparison. I do wear this quite a bit, and but I also polish this up, and anytime I use it, I'll use my polishing cloth on it just to kind of shine it up a little bit. So just so you guys have a comparison, I'm not going to clean this one today, but I just wanted to show you how shiny this one was. Now let me just switch you guys around. Okay, the water is pretty murky, and I did like go a couple times and just like mush it around just so that I could kind of like get the soap into each of the charms and on the bracelet itself. So what I did is I grabbed a soft bristle toothbrush, and I'm just kind of going in to each of the, we'll take this apart, but before I'm done like soaking it, I didn't want to have all of the charms loose. Now some of these are not Pandora. There are some other brand, but they're all silver. Every one of these is silver. But they all fit on my Pandora bracelet. These were all charms that I got from my husband for anniversaries, for Christmas, when we had our first grandchild. I've got a grandma charm on. I got my first grandma charm on here. Like I said, I was a photographer, and I've got my little camera charms. Some of these charms you can't even get anymore. They're like retired charms, especially like the Disney ones. When I lost my bracelet, I was able to replace a couple of these, but not everything. And, so anyway, so when I clean my other bracelets like this, I just go through with a brush and just kind of scrub. I'm not scrubbing hard. This is a very soft bristled toothbrush. And I'm just kind of like scrubbing in all the creases and crevices. And then, oh gosh, look at that water. How just dark it got. How dark it got. That's just gross. That's just because it's been sitting for at least 6 years, if not longer. So I'll probably let this soak a little bit more. I do have a clean water bowl, and we'll take this and stick it in the clean water bowl after we do this, and we'll take it apart and we'll polish up each of these little charms. But you guys, that's just gross. It's really important to clean your jewelry. I don't clean it after every use, but I do clean my bracelets at least once or twice a year, at least, like this. And then after using them, I'll use my silver polishing, and I'll show you what I use just to kind of shine them up. And I used to do that with this bracelet, but like I said, it's been missing for over 6 years. And yeah, sorry. Let me just put you. Let's just let this soak for a few more minutes, and then we'll put it in the clear water. All right, I let it soak for a few more minutes. I'm just going to kind of, again, rinse it off a little bit in the soapy water. See if I can get any more of this like dark spots with the brush. It's already looking like so much better just by putting it in the Dawn detergent. Like, it looks so much better already, and already almost as shiny as my other one. All right, so let me move this and then grab this bowl and just stick that in there. And this is also warm water, not boiling, obviously, because my hand is in it. But you guys, look how pretty that is already. So I've got a towel. We're gonna, you guys, that water is so gross. Let me. We're gonna take this out now, and we will take it apart and put it on the towel. Didn't figure you wanted to watch me take that bracelet apart. It's been a while since I've taken this bracelet apart. And I wanted to show you, just by washing it, it shined up quite a bit. But we are going to shine it up a little more. It is, you can still see the tarnish on it. Now, I've got silver polishing mitts. I have some Tiffany jewelry, which is silver, and I have some Pandora, but I got these when I got my Tiffany jewelry. And this is one that I've used over and over. But I thought, to show you how tarnished these really were, I got a brand new mitt out. And you don't want to pull your bracelet. You just kind of want to go back and forth a little bit with it. Look how tarnished that is, and how much this just cleans it up. Because with this type of charm bracelet, you don't want to stretch it. So I just really be careful when I'm cleaning. I just kind of go back and forth. You guys look at, isn't that cool? I think that's so cool. I'm not pulling real hard. I also have like other rags that are silver polish rags that are kind of really dirty. This was my only brand new one. I think I used like a Haggerty brand. But like I said, this was my only brand new silver polishing one that I wanted to show you, so I could show you it's not from others. This literally is from just sitting for over 6 years. So look how beautiful that is. There's a little piece right here I'm gonna get. But that just polishes up like it's brand new. I love that. Let me get the clasp. And it doesn't take much time. I mean, really. Depends on how many charms you have. I also do this for I have other silver rings and bracelets and like my necklaces. I also do the same kind of cleaning with all of that. Okay. So look at that, brand new. It's almost brand new. So I do stick it back in the water, in the warm water, not the dirty water. Yeah, it looks so much better. Okay, so I just sit it in the water and let it just kind of rinse off, and then I put it on the towel to dry off. Okay, so I'm gonna do the same thing with all of the my my charms. Words are hard. I'm gonna do everything with the same thing as my charms, and just polish it up, put it back in the water, and I'll speed this up so you don't have to watch the whole thing because it is a process. This is probably the longest because I do have a lot of charms on this bracelet. To make it easy when I'm polishing and using the silver polish cloth, I lay the cloth down and then rub the charm on the cloth itself. I do back and front, and if it's a thicker charm, I'll even do the sides. But it's just crazy that after all these years of sitting, how tarnished these charms and the bracelet became. And just a reminder, after I polished each of the pieces, I put it back in a bowl of warm water just to kind of rinse it off. And then I dried it off and laid it out in the way that I'm going to be putting it back on my bracelet. I wanted to show you, this is after the water's been sitting for a little while. And even this, you can see like after I polished the pieces, you can still see like some sediment that came off of. And this is why it's really important that after you polish, you even stick it in some water and kind of rinse it off. Here's all my pieces. They're just drying. And I have them in the order that I'll put them back on my bracelet. So I wanted to show you my polishing cloth. This was brand new, you guys. Brand new. And that is my polishing cloth. So one of the things that I, when I'm polishing, I don't want to like polish and polish and polish, but I polish until I don't get any of the tarnish on the cloth anymore. And again, like when I'm doing my bracelet, I try not to stretch it because I don't want it to like break. So I did see, again, I stuck it in the soapy water and brushed it a little bit with the toothbrush so that I could redo this because there is still a little bit more tarnish coming off. Again, it's been sitting for 6 years and it's pretty dirty. All right, rinse that off. Looks so much better. Honestly, anything is better than it was before. Still looks brand new. All right, I'm gonna put this together now. But again, you guys, look at this. This was a brand new polishing cloth. This was my other one. Again, when I wear my jewelry, I just kind of like polish it up with this, and so it doesn't get super dirty. But after sitting for 6 years, that's not too bad, I guess. So now I'm gonna assemble my bracelet, and I just have a certain way of doing it. I washed it and laid it out just the way I wanted it. So this is the funny thing. When I lost it, I'm like, well, did my clasp thing, did it falter and it break or something? maybe I caught it on something. Nope, it was still intact. If you've got a charm bracelet that's sentimental, I would suggest getting these because this is a lifesaver. All right, so I'm just gonna start. Let's speed this part up because I don't think you want to listen to me talk about each of my charms. But it does help that when you clean your charms, that you lay them out in the order that you want them to go back onto your bracelet. Another quick tip about charms, make sure that they're facing the same direction when you put them back on your bracelet. Once I have all the charms back on, I will be putting that safety chain back on the bracelet because, again, it's just an added assurance that if your clasp comes open, that your bracelet won't fall off. And then I put the safety clasps on, and they just go on either end. There we go. You guys, look how pretty that is. It's so nice and sparkly. I'll post a picture of what it looked like before, but how beautiful. And I'm putting this on right now. You guys, I'm so happy. I'm afraid to have it on, but then I want to wear it because I haven't worn it in for so long. All right. There you guys go. Oh, it's upside down. I've got it upside down, but that's okay. You guys get the gist. What do you think? Beautiful. All right. Well, thanks for being here. And I'll post some pictures of what it looked like before and after. Thanks, guys. Bye.